Looking at the replacement that's taking place throughout Western Europe, we see a lot of people talking about the powder keg moment. Tensions are really high. Things are about to boil over. And it doesn't look like the people that are pulling the strings, the media, the government, the system, if you want to call it that, have any interest in cooling tensions, to be honest. We've got corrupt politicians rewording and directing narratives in terms of indigenous people being attacked. And we have new to the neighbourhood African policemen harassing Irish citizens. I covered a story like this very recently where the police were actually inside an IPAS centres and in mosques recruiting for the new police force here in Ireland.
If you have any questions, the inspector is just going to talk to you about what you need, how long you have to live in Ireland, what qualifications you might need to join on Garda Síochána, but please don't rule it out. We need the Muslim community represented in Garda Síochána. We need the travelling community. We need a lot of different communities. It can't be all Irish men and women. Does that make sense?
Absolute simps begging Muslims to come and join the force and that they are needed, otherwise we can't function with this diverse utopia that we all live in. Absolutely sad and pathetic. And when the question was put towards Drew Harris, he just looked over his shoulder at a couple of Gambians that were with him and denied the whole thing.
In IPAS centres? Yeah, explicitly so. How would we do that? No,
Whilst we saw continuous footage on TikTok and Instagram and all the other social medias of Africans saluting the African flag as they pass out as new recruits and new members of the Irish police force. We have Sikhs, Muslims, Africans, all joining the force, all ready to put the boot down on top of Irish necks, just like the Irish Gardaí that we should have no sympathy for in any way, shape or form. And again, we saw this yesterday with the African Garda who pulled up an Irish lad who was cycling around at night time. I guess he was videoing the city at night time and making content, and the guards to their own discretion can just pull you and pull out a section 12 or a section 13 and talk about public order or drug offences and just search you and harass you. And it is really detrimental to the health of people that are already at boiling point to have these new neighbours coming at you like this.
Fine. What has you out at this hour of the night?
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
We just circle around and that's
Whereabouts are you living?
Crumlin.
Crumlin. Do you have anything on you that you shouldn't have?
No, I don't.
No?
No, I don't like the way she keeps surrounding me. No, she keeps surrounding me, but stay there, but just keep it surrounding me. They're watching here live now, they are now. What's going on? No, but don't be disrespectful, that's not right. No, but the way she deals with
it. What's your name?
I don't want to give you my name.
Okay.
I don't want to give you. What's your name?
My name is Emmanuel.
What's the reason for this for?
Are you going to let me speak?
Well, no, I'm going to keep you interrupting me. Well, I don't want to. Hang on, am I being detained here? Am I being detained?
I want to.
Am I being detained? Am I being detained? For what reason?
Are you going to let me speak?
For what reason? Am I being detained here?
So you
am I being detained?
currently in an area that's well known for drugs.
I was going home there, I was switching my camera off, I was going home, I was.
So I suspect that you are involved in a drug deal, drug transaction, or you may have drugs on you. All right?
So if we don't have, what's the outcome of that? What's the outcome of that going to be if we don't have?
You get to go. So I am
just like that.
Now going to search you.
Let's get it going. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's search everything. Let's search everything.
Yeah, the line of questioning here is something that we've all experienced if you live in Ireland, especially when you come from working class backgrounds, where at their own discretion they can pull you over, and when you say, what's the outcome here if when you search me and I'm found with nothing, what's the outcome? Where's the repercussions here? Is there going to be an apology? What's going to happen? Oh no, you're free to go. It's like, okay, I'm free to go right now because you're pulling me for absolutely no reason. You suspect that I have something illegal on me. That was something that is bred into these guards to say, to cover themselves and to give them a reason to stop you. And it's just like when you see people at protests or you see people out videoing what's going on at IPAS centres and these human trafficking rackets that are like being protected by these guards. You go there, you film that, and they come up and they start talking about public order offences. It's only in Ireland you see this type of stuff happening. To an extent, over in the UK, you don't see it happening in America because they have freedom of speech. You can stand nose to nose with a cop and call him a fat fucking pig, and no one can say anything about it because that's your right to say it. If you're in public and you're standing on a public street or a public footpath, you can do that. Here in Ireland, if they don't like you and they think you're a far-right agitator, they can just walk over to you and hit you with this public order offence bullshit and take you in. They'll take you in, they'll book you. You'll spend 3 months worrying about whether I'm going to get 6 months in prison, whether I'm going to get a huge fine. And what will happen is when you finally make it before the courts and they know this, it'll just get struck out and you'll be told to leave. And it was all one big waste of time, but they got to show force on the street. That's what this is about here. This black lad is here. He's got a gammy accent. I don't know. He's got a posh Irish accent or something like that. I don't know what it is. He's giving the peace signals. He's playing up to the camera. People are saying it's disrespectful that he did all that. No, what's disrespectful is, one, we actually have to stop and speak to these absolute pieces of shit. And two, you're not Irish, so that is even more disrespectful. It's bad enough that we have to speak to the regular Gardaí, whose main job seems to be protecting foreign nationals who are coming in here to cause havoc. But now we have to talk to these people as well who absolutely hate us. It's crazy. And I saw so many people defending this dude in the comment section. And to be honest with you, he didn't do anything out of the ordinary. This is what the cops do here in Ireland. They're scum. This is what they do. They've been doing it for years and years. But to see the simps with the Free Palestine shit in their bios in the comment sections, talking about, listen to the scummy accent on this guy, he deserved to be stopped. It's like, oh my God. What has happened to these people, man? Because every person, every dog on the street knows that as Irish people or Westerners, we're witnessing our culture being eroded in front of our eyes. Any form of indigenous community is just dissipating. Right there, being replaced with an African utopia. And if you don't like it, then they're going to put you in prison and they're going to do their best to shut you up. And to see these people simping for this video, again, it's just beyond belief. And it's all part of one big plan, and the media are complicit in this whole thing. Paul Healy, he's a crime correspondent. I covered him the other day. This guy is more interested in what's going on in Conor McGregor's love life than what's actually happening to his own country. He puts out this story yesterday. A man charged over what Gardaí believe was a random incident in which a woman was allegedly in a park. Now this guy took a huge amount of flack in the comment section because of the way that this was slanted, the way it was worded, and it didn't really make sense. And Donald M here over on Twitter says, the use of the term random incident is obviously a blatant attempt to normalise what has been happening across the country lately. Disgraceful, carry on, Paul. And Paul, in his wisdom and in his intrepid crime corresponding style, responded to him and said, random means that parties are not alleged to have known each other. Donkey. Which Donald M responded to him with, random implies that this was spontaneous, isolated or accidental. This was deliberate and is happening more and more, donkey. I saw loads of people talking about the wording of this, and not surprising, it's the media. They're mainstream. Paul here knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's writing. That's why he got offended and called your man a donkey. Man charged over what Gardaí believe was a random incident in which a woman was allegedly raped in a park. A random incident. Check out the wording in all these headlines coming out of the mainstream media when one of our new neighbours attacks an Irish person. It is pernicious. It is premeditated. They are literally gaslighting people. Paul knows what he's doing, talking about random incidents. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Tell the truth. Foreign national attacked another girl. It's happening over and over again. Even the normie that you meet will tell you that they're frightened to go out running now, but somewhere in their mushed up, educated, indoctrinated brain, they talk about men need to protect women or something like that. They don't want to talk about a bunch of jeets chasing people down in parks. And whilst intrepid correspondents like Paul like to point the finger at Irishmen and say that women aren't safe because of men, a vague term at best, the more you slant the narrative, Paul, the more Irish women will be put in harm's way. Just remember that and sleep easy at night. If any of that made sense, let me know down below. Maybe hit like, subscribe and share. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you in the next one.